Om Gyan-timirandasya Gyananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Bola official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 31st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, in which there is description of the return of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to his own abode, along with all the Jadus. Restated in text 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 31st chapter. Loka viramam shrotanam dharana dhyana mangalam yoga dharanaya agneya dagdhva dhama vishat swakam. So, Loka virama shrotanam, the Lord gives so much bliss to all the people, and his body, spiritual body is like that. And those who are devotees, they meditate on him by dhyana, dharana, and it gives all auspiciousness to them. Yoga dharanaya agneya. But the Lord did not leave this material world by burning his body, by yoga dharana, agneya, adagdhva dhama vishat shokam. Without burning his body, he left on the same body to his spiritual planet. So, this is by Siddha Swami. In his purport, the Siddha Swami says, Yoginamiva Swachanda Mrityu Brahmam Bharati. Just like the Yogina, yogis, transcendentalists, who leave their body, Swachanda Mrityu, that is Bharati, that is denied here. The Lord went on his own spiritual body, self-same body. Upon learning from Daruka that Lord Sri Krishna had returned to his abode, Vasudeva and all the other remaining in Dwaraka became very much agitated by lamentation and went out from the city to find him. All the demigods who, in pursuance of the desire of Lord Krishna, had taken birth in the Jadu dynasty to render assistance in his pastimes, followed Lord Krishna and returned to their respective abodes. The Lord's activities of creating a life for himself and then dismantling it are simply tricks of Maya, like an actor's performance. Actually, he creates the entire universe and then he enters within it as a super soul. In the end, he again winds up the entire universe within himself and, remaining in his private glory, desists from external pastimes. So, though overcome by feelings of separation from Krishna, Arjuna was nevertheless able to pacify himself by remembering all the various instructions given to him by the Lord. It has been described in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 15th chapter. So Arjuna then carried out the rituals of offering pinda and so on for his dead relatives. At the time, the ocean swallowed up all the Dwarakapuri except for the Lord's own residence. Arjuna took the remaining members of the Jadu dynasty to Indraprastha, where he installed Vajra upon the throne. Hearing of these events, the Pandavas, led by Yudhishthira, placed Parikshit upon the throne and left for the great journey, that is towards the spiritual world. Stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 31st chapter, text 28. Itam harer bhagavato ruchiravatara Viryani balcharitani cha santamani Anyatra cheha cha srutani grunan manusho Bhaktim paramahansa gatahu labheta. Itam harer bhagavata ruchiravatara. In this way, Hari, the meaning of Hari, there are so much meaning in Hari, but in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that two are most important. Sarva Amangala Hare, he takes away all the inauspiciousness, and Prema Diya Hare Mana, and he also attracts one's mind by giving love of Godhead. So he is Bhagavato. Bhagavato means all the 6 opulences the Lord has. So Ruchiravatar, his incarnations is very enchanting. Ruchiravatar, Biryani Bala Charitani cha Santamani. We have heard how in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, the Lord's pastimes are described. Biryani, how he is in potency. While 6 days old, he could kill that demoness. For 6 miles, her height was 6 miles. That is the potency of the Lord. Biryani Bharacharitani, starting from 6 days old pastimes up to 11 years. In Vrindavan, these have been described in 40 chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. And Santamani, this gives so much peace to the hearers, to the chanters of these pastimes. Anyatra cheha cha srutani gunan manusyo. The Lord's pastimes have been described in so many literatures. So, srutani gunan manusyo, in Vedic literatures, all these pastimes have been described. So those who chant those pastimes, or those who hears manusyo bhakting parang paramahansa gatu labheta, they get the love of Godhead. Bhakti param paramahansa, highest love of Godhead. Bhakti paramahansa gatu labheta, and they get the destination of the paramahansas. This Bhagavatam is for the paramahansas. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Paramhansa, Paramhansanam, Muninam Amalatmanam, like that. Those Paramhansa, in this material world we see so many people are there. But among them, though they look very same, but there is a difference in their approach. One type of persons are called Hansas. They take the essence of everything. And the other type of people, they are just like crow-like mentality. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, Narada Muni says like this. Tadabhaga visargo janadaga viprabho jasmin pratishlokam abhadavatyapi namani anantasya jasam kitani jas shunanti gayanti gunanti sadhava. The Lord's pastimes give so much happiness to the devotees. And even if these descriptions are having some faults or some mistakes, but still then those saintly persons, they don't consider the mistakes, but they go on remembering the pastimes of the Lord, and they praise these pastimes of the Lord. So in this way, we'll see that the Lord has so many pastimes. Especially Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 5th chapter, Narada Muni says, Na jat vachas chitra padav harat jaso jagat pavitram pragrunita karichit tad vayasam tirtham vasanti manasa na jatra hansa niramanti usiksya. 2 type of people are there. One type of hansa mental swan-like mentality. They receive the essence, and others are crow mentality. They take all the obnoxious elements, that is the crow. And also the swans, they swim in the pure water and they release in the lotus flowers. Similar, those who meditate on the Lord, they are like swan-like people. Those who meditate on the material affairs, they are like crow-like mentality. In one of his purports, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 8th chapter, Kunti's prayer, Prabhupada Maharaj says, Hare Krishna movement It makes the crow-like people, the swan-like people. And Prabhupada Maharaj went to Western world. See how they were living their lives, just like um, they were not getting any peace. They are committing suicide. But by the association of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj, and they became so exalted. Most of them have gone back to the spiritual world. So now it is our turn. By hearing the pastimes of the Lord, we can also go back to the spiritual world. And this Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, this is the last chapter, 31st chapter. It describes about liberation from this material world, mukti. And Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto is also and described as the auspicious head of the Lord, Mahamastaka, stated in Padma Purana. So all the knowledge is given in this 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And also we have heard so many pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam and the Lord in 10th canto. But in order to learn the tattva, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. Otherwise, there is every chance of falling down. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, Ahami sarvaja jnanang bhokta cha prabhureva cha natumam abhijanadi tattvenantas chavantite. The Lord is the enjoyer. Those who do not understand this in tattva, they fall down. So thank you very much. We have completed 11th canto. So next we will describe the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is described as the helmet on the transcendental head of the Lord. So thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channels and get the blessings of the Lord.